Welcome to this week's Rogers McKee YouTube video, and in this week's episode we're continuing the mini-series of mistakes that recruiters make within the industry. Let's go! Welcome to this week's Rogers McKee YouTube video. In this week's episode we're going to be talking about mistake number 2 that recruiters make within the industry. And for me this is quite a personal one because it's something that I'm battling with all the time at the minute. But this is not having and not putting any emphasis onto your personal brand. So when I first got into recruitment, it was very much about picking up the phone, speaking to people, building relationships with them over the telephone, going out to meet them, and very much that one-to-one interaction. And over the sort of 13 years or so that I've been in recruitment, LinkedIn has become very much a go-to tool with which to speak to the masses, if you like. And I feel like you've got to be consistent with it. You've got to be putting out personal information or personal posts on LinkedIn. People need to know who you are. They need to like you. I mean, we always talk about people buying from people that they like. If you can get your personality across on something like LinkedIn to the masses, it's really going to help. I mean, I listen to the RAG podcast with Sean Anderson, which is a great podcast, and obviously the Hoxo brand that he's built, and he helps recruiters build their online personal brand. So I will put a link to his stuff in the show notes as well. But it's so much easier in this game if people know who you are, they know what you do, they know that you can deliver. And can you then start building internal or inbound enquiries in terms of the work that you do? I'm good friends with Matthew Hanley, who's been on the podcast before, the owner and director of M2, and he's very good on LinkedIn as well, and he gets countless inbound leads and inquiries because of the information and the reach that he's got on LinkedIn. I feel like this is certainly for maybe people that have been in the game for quite some time, a real challenge, because you have to put time aside. You've got to put some thought into it, but you've absolutely got to build your personal brand. I think these days, if you're relying on picking up the phone and speaking to people, you're probably going to struggle, and you'll build to a certain level. Of course you will, especially those that have been in the game for quite some time. But I feel like you're missing out on a massive trick and a massive opportunity to increase your earnings, your billings, and that of your team as well if you've got a team underneath you. I feel like it's got to be done. You know, outreach on LinkedIn now is massive, and it can't just be on in-mails. I think I heard a stat from somebody the other day that less than 10% of in-mails are opened and responded to. You need to generate interest in what you're doing within your market through the posts that you're putting on, because they do reach more than one person. Every phone call you make, you're reaching one person. If you can get your word out to the masses, that's going to amplify your ability to earn and your earning potential. So, like I say, mistake number 2 for me is that people don't focus on the personal brand enough. And it's tough, and like I say, it's a battle that I currently face at the minute, and I think that will always be the case. And it is difficult because you need to put yourself out there. You need to be comfortable enough to post and potentially have people either argue with you or make comments on there that you might not appreciate, or you just put it up there and then you cringe at what you've put up there. We all face that. I think you've just kind of got to look past that and look at the greater good. And the other thing is being consistent with it. So posting once, and listen, I'm not a personal branding expert, but posting once isn't going to get you the inbound inquiries. It's not going to get you the results that you're looking for. It's about consistent action. It's about consistently putting that information out there. And I'm as guilty as anybody else for that. I said that I was doing this YouTube video weekly, and about 4 weeks ago, got busy, things got on top of me, I didn't record any, I made excuses as to why I wasn't recording any, when the simple fact is I wasn't prioritising it, and ultimately there was 3 or 4 weeks went by where there was no video released. It's just about consistent action, and if you are consistently building your personal brand, then I absolutely think that you will improve your billings, improve your earnings. And like I say, I would urge anybody to go and listen to the RAG podcast that Sean does, and go and have a chat with him if you're interested in personal branding, because he is very good in the space, and he is for recruiters only, which which does sometimes help as well. I'm sure there are many more out there. Sean's just the one that I can think of because he's the one that I sort of interact with the most. But yeah, go and do your research, go and find out the good influencers on there and the people that do it well, and really invest in your personal brand, because you'll reap the rewards. So this week, that's mistake number 2 in our short mini-series on mistakes that recruitment consultants make, or people in recruitment make. I hope you've liked the video. As you can see, I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone a little bit by putting these videos out there, so I'm sure you guys can do it on LinkedIn by putting posts out there where you can't hear people responding to you, etc. So go and do it, give it a try. I'd be interested to know how you get on, so by all means leave comments in the comments with regards to how you've got on. And if this is the kind of content that you like, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. The YouTube algorithm loves subscribers, and we are trying to increase our watchership at the minute and really get this out to the masses. So please do subscribe to the channel, tick the notification bell, and you'll be notified every time a new video drops, and we'll see you next week.